Season 6 will be vastly different from any other for many reasons. The biggest one being, the villain is not the same. Gabriel's gone, Lila has stolen the Miraculous and taken his place. It's like we're back to square one, barely knowing anything about the villain and the motives, which, side note, the writers said they've already given us the motive, but we just haven't noticed it yet. Which, huh? Anyway, the second biggest change I'd argue is the love square. And why, you might ask? Because everything seems fine now, like Lady Noir are good friends, no problems like in season 4, and adrinette are happy and together. There's no more Gabriel to ruin their relationship. Everything is perfect. And that right there is exactly why I'd say the love square will be one of the biggest changes. Everything being so perfect will only lead to problems, and that's very apparent in the synopsis for the season. Now, this synopsis came out a long time ago. I've talked about it in videos in the past, but I wanted to come back to it. It says, Ladybug and Cat Noir must face a new enemy, mysterious, worrying, elusive, and yet close to them. Very close, but they have no idea. Adrienne and Marinette too have never been so close to each other, but that doesn't necessarily make their everyday life a bed of roses, for they keep secrets from each other. The biggest one being that they still don't know that they are Ladybug and Cat Noir. In a new and exemplary green Paris, in the heart of a new and revolutionary school, our heroes are about to experience a school year full of emotions and revelations. But that doesn't necessarily make their everyday life a bed of roses, for they keep secrets from each other. The biggest one being that they still don't know that they are Ladybug and Cat Noir. That right there is, I think, probably the most important part of the synopsis. It shows us that yes, everything may seem good in their relationship, but there are still very prevalent issues, and I think the lack of problems is what causes that. Which sounds super confusing, so let me explain. The fact that they still don't know each other's identities has always and will always be a problem until the day they reveal, obviously. It was a problem when they first got together, but there were so many other things that got in the way of those problems, so they didn't see it. They had so many other things in their lives they had to attend to and focus on, so they didn't have time to see the secrets that they had been hiding from each other. At the beginning of season 5, it was Marinette and her past trauma, and then when they finally started dating, it was Gabriel trying to tear them apart. It was never just them and their relationship, but now it is. And just like with Luke and Annette, it's only a matter of time before there are cracks in the persona and the lies show through. The only reason things crumbled with Luke and Annette so fast was because there wasn't anything standing in the way of their relationship, something like Gabriel, for example. It was just them. Adrinette is very different because they had those factors, but now those factors have disappeared, meaning that they're in the same position that Luke and Annette was. Well, you know, except for the fact that Marinette is actually in love with Adrienne. Oh, I'm sorry I had to. Their secrets will tear at their relationship over and over again because hiding things from a partner always ends in disaster. Now, with that being said, do I think that means a breakup? No. They're much stronger than that. Believe it or not, a relationship can go through hell without everything falling apart. I think we live in a society where everyone always turns to a breakup instead of trying to figure things out. Most of that's probably due to romance movies and books where they throw a fit the second something goes wrong, and also constant breakups being portrayed in media. No one ever talks about trying to figure out their relationships. All we ever see is a breakup. But that's not how it should be. It's so important for shows to portray getting through issues without completely abandoning the person the second it goes south. A breakup should be the last resort if all else to fix it fails. If they can withstand the SHIT they went through together in season 5, they can certainly handle what's going on in season 6. Not to mention, Luca knows their identities, and seeing as he's now the therapist friend, I'm fairly certain he'll know about their relationship and he'll make it his duty to make sure they don't break up. But like I said, even though all of that may be the case, their relationship will still go through a lot, but my main point is that I just think they'll be able to handle it. Now, as for Lady Noir's side of the love square, obviously I doubt they date, especially because, like I said, Adrinette isn't going anywhere. But anyway, I still think Lady Noir will play a huge role in the changes within the love square. They can't share a whole lot with each other, of course, but them being such good friends now could lead to them talking a bit more openly about their relationship. Obviously, they both have to keep their identities a secret from their partner, so I could totally see them going to each other for advice, because at the end of the day, Cat Noir is the only one that would understand Ladybug, and Ladybug is the only one that would understand Cat Noir. They could totally talk about their problems and find solutions, and I also think through that they'll just understand each other on a deeper level, which could help them put 2 and 2 together, if you know what I mean. Overall, I think we'll see a different side of the love square that we've never seen before. Their dynamic from all angles will change, but not particularly in a bad way. It's just different. Now very lastly, you know I couldn't do a video about the season 6 love square without mentioning the reveal. Theoretically, one of the biggest changes within the love square is the fact that they could reveal. This is a very slim possibility, of course, but I wouldn't say it's impossible, mainly because of the synopsis. One of my mutuals and friends, Jackie or Miraculously Jackie, posted a video and I think it sums up my feelings really well.
The season 6 synopsis of Miraculous is foreshadowing the reveal and nobody's talking about it. So let's talk about it. So just for some information, this came out a while ago. This is not new. But if you aren't caught up and if you haven't read it yet, pause and read it right here. Now that you've read it, you might want to reread this line right here. Now, I'm a type of girly who likes to read the episode synopsis before I watch an episode of any TV series. And I've always noticed a pattern within any TV series that I watch. Anytime they say they still do not know this or that, it's foreshadowing what's going to happen later on in the upcoming episode or just series in general. So the fact that they said that they still don't know that they are Ladybug and Cat Noir, this just says it all to me personally. And the fact that they also said that that does not necessarily make their everyday life a bed of roses, for they keep secrets from each other. So I can see some conflicts happening between them within the season. And let's be truthful here. Have we ever gotten a synopsis like this before in the previous seasons? I don't think so. Now, of course, take this with a grain of salt, but this is just my observation, and I could always be wrong. I have been in the past, but now that I have been in the fandom longer, I'm just noticing things that are just leading up to it that I've seen in like previous TV series before. So this is just my personal opinion. Do what you will with this information.
Now, just because they mentioned secret identities doesn't mean that there will be a reveal. Obviously, their secret identities could play a role in the hardships they face without it meaning that they reveal, and like that's why they mentioned it in the synopsis. But I don't know, it seems kind of weird to talk about it so much in the synopsis if it wasn't foreshadowing something. Not to mention, the end of the synopsis mentions revelations, which could obviously mean nothing, but you know, very suspicious to be honest. But yeah, anyway, that is all I wanted to talk about in this video. Feel free to let me know about any ideas you have for the love square in the new season, and I will hopefully see you guys soon.